What's up, everyone? Let's talk about 3 upgrades that do not add a lot of value to your home. So if you're planning to sell, be very aware of these. The first is patio covers. Now, don't get me wrong, a good patio cover, a deck, or a patio lattice is something that is going to be critical if you're spending time outside, if you enjoy the outdoors. This upgrade is something that's going to provide you a ton of enjoyment when you live in your home. However, when home buyers go out to shop in the modern day market, they typically have a list of must-haves and a list of criteria, and they typically rank those things from highest to lowest. So for example, somebody with a lot of kids is going to focus on the amount of bedrooms. Somebody who has high taste in design is going to want to focus on more cosmetic things like kitchen and flooring. So typically buyers are wanting homes that are light and bright, with upgraded kitchens, with remodeled flooring, and with fresh paint. Those are the things that are typically they're really focusing on when they buy. I've never had a buyer come to me in 14 years and say, I really want a nice patio cover or deck. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't have value to you. That doesn't mean it's not going to add any value. You're just not going to get your money back for it because it's very expensive to do these items. If you do a really nice deck, and you spend $10,000 or $15,000, you are not going to recoup all of that. And if you put that money in the kitchen or flooring, you're going to get that back plus more. So that's the first thing is patio covers. Be very aware. Do these things for your enjoyment. Do not do them to get a profit. Item number 2, biggest thing that does not add value when selling a home is solar. Now, I have solar on my home, and solar salespeople will swear up and down the moon that adding solar to your home is going to add value. 2 things. 1, if it has a loan, it's seen by the buyer as an additional cost. Now, when interest rates are low, that's not a big deal, but when interest rates are high like they are now in the low to high 7s, any additional cost is seen as a total negative to a buyer. So they don't view it as I'm saving money on my electricity. They view it as I'm taking on another loan with more debt. So you got to be very careful with that. Secondly, if it's paid off, that might be a value to a buyer dependent on the buyer. You might get a buyer who is an engineer, who is somebody who really understands solar, somebody who's very savvy in it, or somebody who's owned multiple homes, and it could be a real value to them. So in some luxury properties or in some higher price point homes, having paid off solar can be an advantage, but they're not going to pay you a premium or even what you paid for old solar panels. So if your solar panels are paid off, presumably you've had them for a while, maybe they cost you $30,000. The buyer is most certainly not going to pay $30,000 for old solar panels. So you might get some of your money back, like an additional $10,000 or $15,000, but on the list of things you can do to get more money for your home, solar is going to be right there on the bottom. This is purely something that makes mathematical sense for you. It might not be so for the buyer. Number 3 is going to be ducting. Now, a lot of times when you go to sell your home, maybe your air conditioning and your furnace and your things are a little bit older, and you do an inspection on the home. If you're smart, you do a pre-listing home inspection. They're going to tell you that the ducting is bad on the home or that it's going to be bad soon. Now, ducting is going to cost you a few $1,000s, and it's one of those things that the buyers really never see. So if the home is a fixer, it might be worth replacing the ducting if you have not done any cosmetic work. But if your home looks cosmetically nice, you've got a newer kitchen, you've got newer flooring, newer paint, a lot of times buyers are willing to overlook that because the home warranty, apologize, I don't know if the home warranty covers the ducting, but a lot of times buyers are willing to overlook that because they're getting all the upgrades instead. So ducting is one of those things where it may or may not give you value, but it's really not a safe bet. If you really want to get more money for your home, the very best thing you can do is upgrade your kitchen, your flooring, and your paint. Now, this is not the same for any home in the country. I'm talking where I'm selling real estate, Southern California. Buyers here are picky. They like nice cosmetic things. They drive nice cars. And so if they're spending $1 million or $1.5 million, they want the home to look nice. Okay, well, I hope this video was helpful to you. If you've recently sold your home, or if you're thinking of selling and you just have questions, or maybe you have some additional comments you can add to this conversation, feel free to comment below. And thank you so much for watching.